All right. So if you don't want your faces on this, you definitely want to get out of video, and no one will see you. This is not going to go on social media. This is only for my private groups, and it's going to have private links on my private channels that only the people in my groups will have access to. So it's not going to be exploited on social media. So you have no reason to worry about that. But if you don't want to show your face to those people as well, I suggest that you take yourself off video. Whether or not you do that is up to you. I have no problem. Just letting you know. Okay. So we're going to be talking about productivity, and I got 9 habits. I'm going to go through them. I like to keep it between 30 minutes, 45 minutes max. I'm going to try and breeze through those things. Okay. So listen, by the way, it's going to be pre-recorded. If you want the notes, reach out to me. I have those available as well. All right, so let's dive into it. Productivity. It doesn't matter what you do or where you work. Everyone is looking for ways to be more productive, all right? But excessive amounts of caffeine and list making won't get you any closer to reaching peak productivity levels today. I believe me, I've tried. I drink a lot of coffee and energy drinks. That doesn't make you more productive. It just gives you more energy. But it doesn't mean you'll use that energy to be more productive. So why are we so obsessed with productivity? It's probably because in this digital age, staying on task and avoiding distraction is harder to accomplish than your actual work. Not to mention the feeling of a productive workday is somewhat euphoric. All right. This search for a more productive workday has led to a certain misconception about productivity, about what productivity really is. And it's a lot more than checking tasks off your to-do list. All right. There's a saying that at my church, our pastors say, all movement isn't good movement. All movement doesn't lead to progress. All right. So truly productive people aren't focused on doing more things. This is actually the opposite of productivity. Let me say that again. Truly productive people aren't focused on doing more things. This is actually the opposite of productivity. If you really want to be productive, you've got to make a point to do fewer things. Let me say it again. If you really want to be productive, you've got to make a point to do fewer things. All right? So here we go. I'm going to give you some 9 habits. All right. Make room for increased productivity by putting these habits into play. Here we go. Number 1, you can take notes if you want, if you can. Cut your to-do list in half. Even make it a fraction of it. I don't care. Cut it in half. Getting things done during your workday shouldn't mean fitting in doing as much as possible in the sanctioned hours that you have. All right, listen, getting things done during your workday shouldn't mean fitting in doing as much as possible in the sanctioned 8 hours. So you're trying to squeeze stuff in. You already got a lot, so you're trying to fit stuff in so you could get more done. Do you really need those 30 tasks on your to-do list? Take a less is more approach to your to-do list by only focusing on accomplishing things that matter. What's priority? I hope you guys understand that. All right, number 2, take more breaks. I'm gonna unpack this. I'm gonna read you my notes though, because a lot of people, when I tell people that I'm mentoring to take more breaks so you can be more productive, that don't mean that you be doing all this crazy stuff and then you don't ever get back to the work and your breaks are longer than your work time. No. All right, so I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna break this down. Let me read you my notes. The ache in your brain after several long hours of work should be your signal to take a break. Do you get tired of looking at the computer? Do your butt start hurting? All those things, those are signals how you need to take you a quick break. Since your brain has used up its glucose, it's all in your brain. It's all about the body. Give yourself a moment to refresh by going for a walk, grabbing lunch or a snack, or just meditating. All right? You can even take 15 minutes. Sometimes I go and watch Netflix a little bit. I don't watch a whole movie. I'll watch maybe a sitcom or a series just to knock out some time to get me from in front of the computer. You'll come back recharged and ready to achieve greater efficiency. Okay, don't make it to where your breaks are exceeding a reasonable amount of time. Taking a break does not mean 2 hours, 3 hours. Get back to work. You got to hold yourself accountable. All right. And this is if you're working for somebody else or you're working for yourself. If you're working for somebody else, they're going to come looking for you. But if you're in control, you are trying to be a selfpreneur, entrepreneur, a CEO, a boss, and you manage your own time, but you're not holding yourself accountable, you're not going to get things done. And you know better. All right, take a small break, get you a bite to eat, go for a walk. 30 minutes, all right, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, all right. But when you do that throughout the day, you'll come back so much recharged. All right, out of an hour, I try and take me a 15, 20-minute break. So I only work 40 minutes tops each hour. 15 minutes, I'm getting up and I'm walking around. I go interact with my family. I go watch TV. I make me a snack. I go check my social media, whatever it is, and I come back and I'm better and I'm focused. All right, next thing, we're going to follow the 80-20 rule. What's the 80-20 rule? Put in the comments if you guys have heard of this. There's actually a book about it as well, but it makes a lot of sense and you can apply this and it may work for you in your life. Only 20% of what you do each day produces 80% of your results. I could not agree more. Only 20% of what you do each day produces 80% of your results. These are facts. Eliminate the things that don't matter during your workday. They have a minimal effect on your overall productivity. And you know what they are. If you don't know what they are, reach out to me. Show me your to-do list, and I bet you I can pick them out for you. Business or personal. Okay? Eliminate those things that's going to have a small effect in the progress and the productivity of your day. For example, break your next project down into steps and systematically remove tasks until you end up with the 20% that gets the 80% of results. Do you guys do this? Break your stuff down. You got this long drawn off list all on one page. Break it down. You can break it down throughout the day. You can break it down throughout the week. You can break it down throughout the month. Break it down, okay? There are actually people that take this 80-20% rule and they're creating digital products around it for people who don't know how to use it and making money. But that's another story. But there's a hint. Product idea? Oh, number 4, use your morning to focus on yourself. Guys, man, geez. I used to do early morning mindsets. I used to get up 5 and 6. I still get up 5 and 6, but I used to get up 5 and 6 purposely so everybody could join my morning routine, my morning mindset. I used to do that. I stopped because almost nobody ever showed up. Nobody, right? The whole point of it, you can only do in the morning. There was no point in doing the replays. This is the perfect time to do everything. All right, let me break this down. It's a big productivity killer to start your mornings by checking your email and your calendar. No! This allows others to dictate what you accomplish. Start your day out right by ignoring your emails in the morning and getting in a good breakfast, reading the news, meditating, or working out. This is before the kids is up, the husband or the wife is up, all the noise is up, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, whatever that is in your life. That's when you want to do all these things. That's your me time. This is going to ensure you get the necessary fuel for a productive day. When we get in our car, we're going on a long trip. Before we go on that trip, if you're driving your personal car, you checking the gas. You got to get gas. You checking the oil. You checking all the fluids to make sure that that vehicle is ready for that long trip. Treat your bodies, treat your mind, treat your time, treat your productivity the same way. What are you doing? If you're feeling like you're getting nothing accomplished, are you doing at least the basics? Are you getting up early enough to prepare and make yourself ready and prepare mentally, spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, all those things for the rest of your day? Or do you just get up and go? Stop. All right, tackle your challenges, tackle your challenging tasks before lunch. Everybody know what happened around lunch, whether you're working for yourself at home in your business or you're working for your company, your 9-to-5 job. Knock out your most challenging work when your brain is fresh. If you have any busy work or meetings, save them for the afternoon. By scheduling your day this way, you'll be able to create a new and more productive way to manage your time. Try and do as much as you can before lunch, especially if you eat lunch. After we eat, our bodies eventually and gradually, sometimes quickly, starts shutting down. You done got full. You thinking that the day is almost over, so your mind starts to react that way. And now you're looking at the clock and you just want to hurry up and just get everything done and try and cruise the day out and ride the clock. Let's be honest. Some of y'all, not all of y'all, not the people in my group, none of y'all though. We're talking about everybody else. Okay. Not the people. I only work with go-getters. So y'all not doing that. So we're going to ignore that. We know you're not doing that. Before lunch, you're knocking out almost all your stuff like bop, 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 bop. I know you are, and I believe you. All right. This is going to be weird. All right. But I felt I should add it in here.
Not here.
That's what's up. Let's keep muted for a moment. You know what? Improve your email etiquette. All right. And this won't apply to everybody, but I wanted to throw it in there. So email is a productivity killer and usually a distraction from tasks that actually matter. And this is for a lot of people who work at computers and work from home. Don't fall into this productivity trap. For example, people often copy multiple people on emails to get it off their plate, but this is a sign of laziness and actually distracts everyone else by creating noise against the task they're trying to accomplish. As a rule, if you receive an email where many people are CC'd, do everyone a favor by BCCing them on your reply. If your email chain goes beyond 2 replies, it's time to pick up the phone. All right. Like I said, that one is weird. I want to throw that. I felt like somebody needs to hear that, especially if you're working from home. And eventually, if you're growing your business, emails, they take away productivity. And you'll get this when you start doing it. All right, so move on. Number 7, create a system. Okay. Now you've probably developed a few I cannot say that word. You probably developed a few productivity ruining habits. Let me say it again. I butchered that. You've probably developed a few productivity ruining habits over the years. So habits that are hurting your productivity. Manage your distracting ways by creating a system. And y'all know I'm all about systems. Everything I do it has a system. For those of you who check your emails compulsively, plan an afternoon, or morning, and even what is wrong with me? Plan a morning, afternoon, and evening time slot to manage your inbox or check your notifications. All right. Otherwise, you'll get distracted from accomplishing more important goals throughout the day. Does that make sense? Number 8, stop confusing productivity with laziness. Stop confusing productivity with laziness. While no one likes admitting it, sheer laziness is the #1 contributor to lost productivity. In fact, A number of so-called time-saving methods, take meetings and emails, for example, are actually just ways to get out of doing real work. Let me say that again. The number one of so-called time-saving methods, all right, and these are like meetings and the emails. I gotta check my emails. I gotta do meetings. I'm adding on more meetings. They're actually just ways to get out of doing the real work. Yeah, meetings have their purpose. Yeah, meetings are an example of productivity and emails. And sometimes even checking your notifications in your social media. All right. But sometimes we use them as an excuse to get out of doing real work. That time you could have used to do something way more important that has a higher priority, and you excused it and made, hey, at least I'm doing this is work too. I'll do this. No. Plan your focus on doing the things that matter most as efficiently and effectively as possible. Okay, now we're going to get into number 9. All right, the last one. Stop multitasking. How many people gonna hang up after this? I said stop multitasking. And people in society have made it a good thing, and it does have its times. Sometimes it's necessary. I get it. But are you being productive? Are you getting stuff done by doing so? If not, then you need to reassess and regroup and go back to the drawing board and eliminate some things. Maybe it's good for you to do one thing at a time. One thing could probably take you light years ahead versus you trying to be an octopus and do 8. Stop trying to do 10 things at once. Changing tasks more than 10 times a day drops your IQ an average of 10 points. I Googled that. Changing tasks more than 10 times a day drops your IQ an average of 10 points. Go Google it. I ain't make this up. Ain't my words. It's what scientists are saying. Get things done more effectively and efficiently by focusing on one task at a time. When I grew my TikTok, I grew one at a time. When I was trying to make money, I promoted one product at a time. When I was trying to find profitable niches, I did one at a time. Whatever my plan is, I'm doing one plan at a time. That's it. I know it looks like to y'all, man, Ronnie doing all this stuff. Nope, I'm doing one thing. It looks like I'm doing 30 things. It's all one thing. I promise you. Less is more when it comes to being productive during the workday. Stick to the basics for reaching productivity. You have to be honest with yourself. You are not Superman or Superwoman. You do not know everything. You do not have all the time. You know your situation. You know yourself. You know your reality. You know what you can and can't accomplish. You know what you can and can't do. You know that you know what you know. And if you know that, you will make it to where you are setting yourself up for either failure or success. You are trying to compare yourself to others. You are seeing the results of others. You are letting the excitement, the anxiety, the pressure, the problems, the conflict, all of those emotions distract you from what and who you really are. Jacob did all of this in 5 months. You're not Jacob. Not even close. Jacob's not better than you. There will be a day when you arrive at the place you're trying to get that you define as success, where people are going to say, How did you do that? You did that fast. How did you do all of these things? And people are going to think that you're some crazy guru or some hero. You got superpowers, and you're going to say, I just did one thing at a time and got good at it. Nothing miraculous about it. It was painful. It was heartbreaking. I cried. I laughed. All of those things. But I just kept going. I tackled that, checked it off, tackled that, check it off. I promise you, do you. All right? That does not mean that you do not strive to make yourself better. Don't say, hey, I know I'm lazy. I'm just going to just work 15 minutes. No. If you know that you can do, and don't accept the things that you can change about yourself to make yourself better. If you have 2 hours, work those 2 hours at the best of your capability, with the best effort. Push yourself within your potential. And be productive. Be productive. Leave Netflix alone. Leave hanging out with friends alone. If that's time that you need to get stuff done and you don't have that much other time, you got to tell them people no. We talked about this on previous mindset coaches. Sometimes you got to say no. And it's going to hurt because you're going to probably really want to do it. It's going to be the perfect thing they doing in their life. They're going to the Bahamas. It's all paid for. It's free. It's all inclusive. And they're going for 3 days. And it's a perfect time because you got the weekend off. You ain't never had Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off. It was perfect. And your girlfriends hit you up and say, hey, we going to Bermuda. It's all free. All you gotta do is just get to the airport. The hotel free, the food is free, the flight is free, everything. Just show up. And you just miraculously all of a sudden got Friday, Saturday off. It's perfect. But you got to do this freaking task. The whole point of you having the weekend off was to do this task. What are you going to do? But you say you want to be successful. What are you going to do? Don't do the wrong thing. I ain't going to tell you what to do. You're grown. You're smart enough to know what the right thing is, what you should be doing. What's good? What happens when you come back? Still going to be waiting on you. Will you have time to do it when you get back? Or is it going to make it even harder? That's all I'm saying. That is it for productivity. I hope I left some type of imprint in your spirit, in your mind, in your entrepreneurial habits of being productivity. I hope you take this and don't put it on the shelf, ladies and gentlemen. You take this and you embrace this and you go out and you do this and you use this, right? To be the most productive person you can in your life within your own potential. All right, be honest with yourself. All right. And like I say all the time, get her done. All right. I'm going to leave y'all with this video and then we're going to ride out. All right. Hold on. If I can find it. Maybe not. I forgot what. Oh, here you go. Let me bring it up. I might as well just go and get YouTube. I'm paying for everything else. I'm going to drop this in the Discords after it does all the things it's supposed to do. Thank you, everybody, for joining. I'm going to share my sound.
I believe desire and will to win is everything. I don't know why I'm like I am, but my butt's always burning. There's always something say, Art, dadgummit, you're supposed to go for it. Art, dadgummit, you're supposed to be somebody. You're supposed to make a difference with your life. What does the $500,000 a year person do? The $50,000 a year person doesn't do. You look at the outside and study those two individuals, everything seems to be the same. They both are the same sex, they both are the same age, they have the same training, the same positions, the same contract, the same fringe benefits. They both are successful, they work hard, they're good family people, make tough commitments. But what's the difference? What does the $500,000 a year person do? The $50,000 a year person doesn't do. He pays the price and a little bit more. He works hard and a little bit more. He's loyal to the company and a little bit more. He believes in a little bit more. He makes money and a little bit more. He saves money and a little bit more. If you want to win in these United States, you got to be tough and you can't quit. The last thing I'll talk to you about today in building this winning edge is, folks, if you want to win in business, you got to be a leader. Leadership is everything. You show me anything in these United States that win, I'll show you a leader at work. You show me a successful church, Boy Scout troop, club, football team, business, I'll show you something run by a leader. See, I thought at one time in my life you had to be smart to win. I used to have these smart people that dress so pretty and talk so pretty and use these big words. They just intimidated me, and I said, Art, you can't ever be that good. Why don't you just throw in the towel and go on back and coach football for a living? And I found two things out about smart people. I think it's almost impossible for a smart person to win in business in America today. Because I find smart people spend their whole lifetime figuring things out. They're always trying to figure out an easier way and a quicker way. And another thing I found out about smart people is they just don't get around to doing nothing. And see, somebody like Art Williams, everybody said, well, he can't do it. And somebody like that can't do it. But he does it. See, folks, I want you to know almost everybody in America almost does enough to win. They almost get there. They almost are over the hump. They almost have it going. They almost in everything they do, almost is a way of life to almost everybody in America. But the winners do it. What do? They do whatever it takes to get the job done. They do it and do it and do it and do it and do it until the job gets done. And then they talk about how great it is to be somebody they're proud of. We need leaders in America who can do it. If you want to become somebody, do it. If you want to go in business for yourself, do it. If you want to become financially independent, do it. I hear too much talk in these United States. Everybody can talk a good game. We need people in America who can do it. I go all over this country with A.O. Williams, and I have people say, Art, you can count on me. Wonderful. Just do it. Art, I guarantee you this is my last stop. I'm going to win now. Super duper. Just do it. Art, if I could just have one good month and get the ball going, I know I could make it big. Super. Just do it. Art, if I could just pay off this debt, I could really go. Great. Just do it. Art, if I could just sell my house. Do it. But houses ain't selling. Do it anyway. Art, I'm not making any money. What can I do? You just do it. Do what, Art? You do it and do it and do it. Art, I guarantee I'm going to win this contest. Super duper. Just do it. Art, I'm over the hump now. Watch my smoke. Great. Just do it. Art, I want to make it so bad I can taste it. What I do? You just do it. Art, I'm a vice president now. Can I quit doing it? No. Art, I don't know if I can keep on keeping on. I'm really hurting. What I do? You just do it. Do what, Art? You do it and do it and do it. Art, all my life I wanted to be somebody important. Well, what do it then? Art, I'm going to save money so I don't have to go through this again. Great. Just do it. Art, I don't feel like I've had enough training. What I do? You just do it. Art, my manager don't give me no help. What I do? You just do it. Art, you don't understand. I was Mr. Everything at my former company. You don't mean I have to start off down at the bottom and do it, do you? Yep, you really got to do it. Art, what's the primary difference between winners and losers? The winners do it. They do it and do it and do it and do it until the job gets done. And then they talk about how great it is to finally have achieved something unique, and how glad they are that they didn't quit like everybody else, and how wonderful it is to finally be somebody they're proud of and make a difference with their life. Thank you.
$453,000 in affiliate.
There you have it, folks. No matter what, it's still got to get done. You just got to do it. All right? And do it. If you can't, do it anyway. If something's stopping you, do it anyway. You don't have enough time, make time. Just do it. Get it done. All right? That's how you're going to make it. No excuses. It's crunch time. You only got one life. Ain't another one after this one. You're not coming back and getting second chances. You got one shot to make money. All right? Throughout your life. And the life is getting shorter. All right, so then we're going to end that. Thank you guys for joining. I want you to do this. Just do this. Since we're talking about do it. Tell me your biggest takeaway from this mindset coaching. Go into the Discord. And if you're on replay, I don't care. After you listen to the replay, drop me your biggest takeaway in the Discord. Tell me what you learned, what you're going to start doing, how you're going to be productive. We halfway through the week. Everybody's working on tasks. Everybody's supposedly supposed to be doing something. All right. How are you going to include this mindset coaching that you've learned, what you've just been enlightened with, if that was you? How are you going to apply it? What's your biggest takeaway? Okay. Love all you guys. I'll talk to you all soon. Enjoy the rest of your day. Stay blessed. And I'll see you on the other side of success.